So once approved, all 50 candidates from that first list are in-mailed, and then that candidate is put into our Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another video. Thank you so much for being here with me. My name is Carlo DeBello and I am a recruitment agency owner and a coach. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and follow me on all of my socials because I drop high value, practical content every single week on how to scale your agency and accomplish your dream life. So without further ado, let's get into it. So in today's video, I am literally going to be walking you through step by step on exactly what my candidate attraction system looks like. This is exactly how we source high quality candidates for our open job positions and how we get them to schedule calls with us so that we can talk about those positions. So something to keep in mind is this is what has worked for me in my recruitment agency in my industry. In your industry, you might be able to do things differently using different tools. Maybe it could be cheaper. Maybe it has to be a little bit more expensive. I'm just showing you exactly what has worked for me in my accounting and finance recruitment agency. But no matter what industry you're in, this is a pretty good framework as to what your candidate lead generation system can look like. So the goal of my system is high volume and multi-touch outreach. So what that means is I want to reach out to a high number of candidates for each job position, which of course increases the chances of us filling that position. And for each person that we reach out to, I want to attempt to contact them in multiple different ways so that every single candidate knows that we are attempting to contact them regarding a new open job position. All right, so let's get into it. The 7-figure candidate lead generation system. So day one of the system is LinkedIn and the ATS. So for us and our industry, LinkedIn is a necessary but very expensive tool. What LinkedIn Recruiter does is it allows you to hyper target the people that you're looking for. So if you need someone with very specific background experience, very specific years of experience doing a specific type of responsibilities, LinkedIn Recruiter is going to be a necessary tool for you. If you're one of those people that can just post a job on Indeed and have a bunch of inbound resumes come to you and 10 of those people are qualified, more power to you. I'm very jealous. That is unfortunately not my business. But again, just showing you what's working for me. So the first thing is we create a list of 50 ideal candidates in LinkedIn Recruiter in one of their projects. This is usually done by one of my virtual assistants. Once they create that list, then they send that list into our Slack channel lead generation for review to make sure that all the candidates look good. And I'll show you what that looks like right now. So this is our lead generation Slack channel. As you can see, our assistants will send over links to their LinkedIn projects for review in here, and it will link us to LinkedIn Recruiter, which looks like this. So this is basically what LinkedIn Recruiter looks like. This is how you can use the search tools in order to find somebody. I just use the keywords Carlo DeBello to pull myself up right here. So once approved, all 50 candidates from that first list are in-mailed, and then that candidate is put into our CRM ATS, which is Loxo. So look, I can make a whole other video about what CRM or ATS you should be using, but the truth is that there's so many out there and there's really no right answer. Loxo has been pretty good to us, and because of the high volume outreach that we do and how many people we need to input into the system, their Chrome extension has been pretty helpful for us. So basically they would go into LinkedIn Recruiter, they click this button, we have in-mail templates. LinkedIn Recruiter also has this cool draft with AI thing. We don't use it. We want to send specific messages, but you could if you wanted to. We would send that message. We would go to my profile, and then we can click on the Loxo extension right here, and then that would automatically download me into our ATS, which is Loxo. And then this is what Loxo looks like. And then you see me right here, and boom, I am now in-mailed and in the ATS. That is day one and step one of the candidate lead generation system. So day two is SalesQL, Dripify, and Interseller. SalesQL is for scraping data like phone number and emails. Dripify is a tool that you can use on LinkedIn to automatically send connection requests. And Interseller is a email marketing tool where you can take candidates' emails, put them into there, and then they can go through an email marketing sequence. So anyone on that list of 50 from the day before that didn't respond is gonna go into SalesQL. When you're in Recruiter and you click on the Chrome extension, it will automatically scrape all of that data and put it in a folder of your choice. So this is kind of what that would look like. So the Chrome extension would be up here. I personally don't have it because I don't use it. My assistants use it. But once you do that, it would scrape the data. You would come into here, and then this is what the inside of SalesQL looks like. This is just an example folder, but if you wanted to click on, let's say this is what the example information would be. So it would be their names, when it was updated from LinkedIn, the company they have, email, and all that good stuff. So now that we scrape all of their data, we can now add these candidates into Dripify and also Interseller. So Dripify is great. It's basically a tool that will automatically send a connection request to anybody on LinkedIn. So once they accept the connection request, then they will go through a sequence of messaging, basically reaching out and saying whatever you want to say. Ours is more conversational. We reach out starting saying like, hey, how are you? It's great to connect. And that usually gets a conversation going, and then eventually we can try to set set up a call. And then at the same time, candidates who don't respond are added into Interseller. So this is what the inside of Interseller looks like. As you can see, there's a ton of stuff in here, but if you were to click on one of these projects, this is basically what it looks like. And then you can click on the steps, and we have a 4-step email marketing sequence that these people will go through. Now, for candidates who don't respond to a LinkedIn email, they don't respond to Dripify, and they don't respond to any of our emails, they get cold called and texted. So sometimes SalesQL is able to pull the numbers of candidates, but sometimes it's not. So in order to pull the phone number from someone, we use Interseller. So what you would do is you would go to the specific person's LinkedIn, you would click on the Interseller Chrome extension, and then the information will pop up on the left side. You can also click search if you want to find their phone number, but you can see that they found my Gmail there. So once you find someone's contact information from Interseller, then you would just manually add it into Loxo or whatever your ATS is. And then in Loxo, we have a list option over here where you can just click on something and then a list of people will come up for our cold caller to call. And then Loxo also has an option where we can text candidates, but that's going to vary from ATS to ATS. And then of course, at any time during this process, LinkedIn, Dripify, Interseller, calling and texting, we would send them a Calendly link, and then that is how we will set up the initial phone screen with these candidates. Calendly is an excellent tool for this. Don't need to be doing a lot of back and forth. Just click on the link, choose a time that works for you. That's also on my calendar, and we're good to go. So this is my entire system, and if it sounds like a lot, it's because it is. I would not be able to do any of this myself, so huge shout out to my incredible team. Again, this system is extremely high volume because it is very necessary to do in my industry. It may not be as necessary in yours, but even if you only use some of these outreach tools or you did less volume, it's still probably going to get you some really good results. And then there are other tools that we didn't touch on today, but they definitely work for other industries. And this is like posting jobs on Indeed, on Monster, on ZipRecruiter. And for everything that we touched on here, like Interseller as an email marketing platform, I'm sure there are other email marketing platforms that are great. I'm just showing you what we used and what worked for us. So that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on all of my socials, which I will have in the description below. And if you have any questions on what we touched on, please reach out to me on Instagram. Sending me a DM is probably the easiest way of getting a hold of me. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you in the next video.